welcome to Chief's Jeeps again. Today we're putting some grab handles in my wife's Jeep. Pretty simple thing. Hers is a 2012 JK Unlimited, so we've got grab handles, just the Velcro type on the roll bar, about the middle of the roll bar as you get in the front passenger or front driver. And those they're not in a good spot. So I've got some other ones. We actually got them off of Amazon. We'll see how they work. But I've got the driver's side already mounted, and I'm getting ready to do the passenger side, so I'll show you how that works. These are, gosh, man, I think they're 34 bucks. Like I said, Amazon, so pretty cheap. They're the cheapest ones on there. So far, it seems like a decent product. But we'll get into it and find out. All right, so basically, this is the product. I've already been in the box, obviously. I got the driver's side already mounted. But if you end up with this kit from Amazon, you want to pay attention. You've got one long bolt and one shorter bolt, actually, for each side. Same thing with the spacers, and these are aluminum, so they should hold up. So you've got one short and one long spacer. And the way this is going to work, you end up with a long spacer on the side of this bar. So the bar is going to mount like, it's basically mounting like this. Okay, and so the long spacer goes here, short spacer on the top, going up toward your visor. But we'll get into it and show you how it works. So, 2012 JK Unlimited. It's got door straps, but it doesn't have the retention like my JL does. So there's my door stop. That's what I do. It works for right now. It sucks to have to try and hold that door open. It's kind of warm today, so I'm trying to keep a breeze coming. All right, so the way this is going to mount, so here's your visor. There's your visor bolt. You're going to take this bolt out, and then you're going to take out this bolt right here. Okay, all this is just a snap, little plastic compression snap fitting, like a Christmas tree type. So you don't need to take that out unless you do like I did on the driver's side and you accidentally drop this down inside the panel. Then you got to take it out, fish out that bolt. Not a big deal. So you're just taking out those two bolts. They're the same size. I believe they were 12 or 13 millimeter. I'll double check for you. But you just take those out, and that's pretty simple. All right, so I want to show you real quick. They are 13 millimeter. I'm using a 3/8 deep well. You don't need a deep well. It's just what I happen to grab. The way I like to do this, I already used my ratchet and broke them loose. Made sure that they're broke loose. Just got like a half a turn on each bolt. But what I do is I use an adapter on my drill for a 3/8 drive, and then I just use my drill on it. Works out pretty well for me, and it speeds up the process. There you can see, just that's a hell of a lot easier than using a ratchet for 8 minutes. Now I do want to show you, very simple to do this. You'll know, now you've got one for the driver's side, one for the passenger side. These bars are different. There's one for each side. The way that you're going to understand which side goes where is the bolts are going to fit flush inside of that bracket. Pretty simple, and I'll explain it real quick. So if you do it incorrectly, this is what you're going to end up with. That's not flush, okay? So the other side of this, as you can see, is recessed. That's flush. Okay, so that's how you're going to know which side goes where. So pay attention to that when you're putting it together. You'd think that's 100% common sense, but God only knows. But somebody's going to get it wrong somewhere. And if you do, hey, I explained it correctly. If you get it wrong, it's on you. If you get it wrong, well, here's the thing. I've got brothers in Ukraine right now fighting, ex-military, working for contractors, and of course it's a humanitarian thing. let's just take a quick second and pray for their safe return, if you guys don't mind. I'd really appreciate that. All right, so we'll get back to this. Anyway, so you want that to fit flush. Now, like I said, it's going to sit just like this. So you're going to have the long one, the long spacer is going to be here on the side, short spacer on the top. All right, and let me get this put together a little bit. Sorry about my wife's dirty windshield. She's been out driving today. It's been raining here in Oklahoma. She's been shopping. So we're gonna get this done real quick, and I'll show you what it looks like as we go. Okay, so you can see right here, this is cut out in like a concave to fit around that pipe. Okay, here's the short one. You can see it better on it. So you want to make sure that this end is against that pipe. Okay, the flat end doesn't do you any good. Flat end goes against the Jeep. So I've got that one started. Here's my other hole. So this is actually going to be like this when I'm done. It's going to go right there where I took that bolt out. You can see it right up there, the empty hole. That's the one. All right, so they did supply, like I said, I got this off Amazon. They supplied this little Allen wrench with me, key wrench. Came with it. You know what? I was cussing it and thought, wow, what a cheesy little thing to send with it. But to be honest with you, it's working fine. And I ate my words, because when I dug through my toolbox, I don't have any Allen wrench built for a 3/8 socket or a 3/8 ratchet like I thought I did. So, and I don't have an Allen that's going to work in my drill. Thought about cutting this off, sticking it in my drill, make this easier, but the time it's going to take to do that, I can have this all together. So now we've got the upper end. I just have to tighten everything up with this Allen wrench. Everything I'm just doing with this Allen wrench and a 13mm socket on my drill. So the 13mm socket on my drill is what I use to take everything apart. That's all you need is a 13mm socket. I use 3/8 drive. Use a drill or a ratchet if you get the right attachment, and then putting it back together, all you got to have is the Allen key that they provided for it. So pretty simple, hardly any tools needed. We'll get this finished up and we'll see how it works. All right, again, doorstop. So there's the finished product. Looks pretty good. It's very solid. My wife's going to be coming out here in just a moment to show us how it all works. Okay, let's see how they work. Great. And they work to get out too? Look at that. All right, so that was pretty simple. My biggest pain in the butt on this was getting the holes lined up for those bolts to go through, going through the grab handle, the spacer, and then into the Jeep itself. With it going through that grab handle and the spacer, it was tough to figure out where that hole was. You just got to fish around a little bit until you get it lined up. But all in all, it might have taken me 40 minutes, including doing video stuff, so it wasn't a big deal. So that's all done. Make sure to like and subscribe to the videos. You can find any information you need to keep the videos in the channel alive. There's a Venmo and a PayPal. Venmo is support-Hallgrimson. It's at support-Hallgrimson. And PayPal is ghallgrimson@live.com. So those are pretty simple. If you'd like to support the channel in any way, that'd be much appreciated. So Chiefs Jeeps, thank you very much.